Hey guys, I'm Claire. Welcome back to Ballymelon Farm. Today I am just in the pantry. It has got to be a bit of a dumping ground in here with things like pumpkins and potatoes and a whole lot of groceries coming in that haven't been put away properly. Lots of jars. So today I'm just going to take you along with me as I have a little bit of a tidy up in here. And yeah, I hope you'll stick around and hang out with me. So I'm just tripping over stuff in here, so the first thing I'm going to do is just try and clear as much stuff off the floor as I can. So I've just got pumpkins curing on the floor as well as potatoes. I've got some store-bought groceries that need to be put away. There is boxes of onions that I need to find room on the shelf for, as well as jars that need to be stored away properly. It definitely gets to be a bit of a dumping ground at this time of the year because there is so much stuff coming into the pantry. So I'm just going to start clearing some of the stuff off the floor and get stuff put away. I've just been putting a whole lot of kumara away. These are all store-bought kumara from the supermarket, or sweet potato if you're not from New Zealand. So I picked all of these up while they were about $6 a kg. They have been upwards of, I think I saw some for like $20 a kg, definitely like $14 to $16 a kg. So I thought while I saw them nice and cheap at the supermarket, I would pick up quite a lot of them. So I got 10 kgs of both the purple and orange kumara. I'd really suggest that if you are building a pantry, that one really good thing to do is keep an eye on specials and know your prices. So when things are on special or they're cheaper than usual, we like to stock up on them when we can, and that way we get a whole lot of them for that cheaper price. So the kumara will store really well, and they are in season here in New Zealand at the moment, so it is worthwhile for us to stock up on these. We did try and grow kumara ourselves this year. We've never really had any luck, but I feel like every year we're getting a little bit better. So hopefully in the future we're going to be able to produce all of our own kumara, but at this stage stocking up on them while they're in the supermarket nice and cheap is a really good idea for us. we use the Countdown delivery service for our groceries. Plastic bags, single-use plastic bags are not allowed in New Zealand, so all of our groceries come in these paper bags. We actually have a stamp for our potato business. I'll see if I can find one to show you. So this is our stamp, and with our logo on it. We got it from the Wellington Stamp Company. Ooh, what you stand on? You right? Okay. So yeah, that's our little logo. It has the maunga, it has our little Fergie tractor on it, as well as our social media platforms that we're on, and yeah, Ballymullen Farm, so we really love it. And it's super easy, so we reuse the bags and we just stamp them. The kids can do the stamps too, which is really great. It just takes a little bit of practice to get it on perfectly, but they do a really good job of it. And we reuse all of these bags for our potatoes, so when you go to our little stall in town, they will all be bags that are reused, and we have a lot of people donate them to us, which is amazing. We really appreciate anybody who has donated bags because we do use a lot. So one of these size bags fits 5 kgs of potatoes really nicely. It's not too heavy that it rips the bag or anything like that. Usually, occasionally we will go to pick up a bag for delivery and it will rip, but most of the time these bags are amazing. So when we have taken the groceries out, we just fold them back up, and then we store them to be used for potatoes. So I have all of the boxes of onions and sweet potatoes. Soon we're going to have tons of potatoes to store, as well as our pumpkins, and I want to be able to have them on the shelves so they're not sitting in the floor in the way to be tripped over. So I think what I'm going to do is move these things here. These are just kind of all like empty containers and jars, and some of our baking trays and dishes and things. Probably just take you down there. So yeah, we've got all of these that we need to get stored out of the way of the pathway. The only problem is I don't know where I'm going to put them. So I know that this shelf behind me is going to be full of preserves. We do have the plan to put a couple more shelves in here. We just need to tidy up all the kids' toys on the other side. They've just been like coming out and playing and making a big mess, so you can't even see the floor over the other side at the moment. But we do have like a whole lot of I don't know if you can see them through there. So we do have a whole lot of these plastic containers that the kids' toys are stored in, but they do like to be little rat bags and come out and like pull every single one of them out and tip it out on the floor. So once we have that cleaned up, because the idea of this is that the toys are out here, they can pull a container and bring it inside to play with, and then we can pack it up and bring it back, but it's never kind of happened like that. So I'm hoping to get, say, like 3 more of these shelves on the carpeted area there, so we have more storage space, because even though this is like 2, 4, 6 like shelves, it's just not enough as we start to have things coming out of the garden to store. So now I'm just going to take these things off and get the boxes of food popped up there, and then I'm going to try and figure out where to pop these other things. Next I'm just going to get all these potatoes in a box. I had them laying out flat, but I think we're going to go through them fast enough that they're not going to need to cure. Pop these in a box to get them off the floor, because they are right in the pathway and they're a bit of a nuisance. So at this stage we haven't actually been picking many potatoes for us. Most of them have gone into the spud box or directly to customers, and then when we're out picking, we'll just bring home the things that we need for ourselves for the week or whatever. When we get to the end of our harvest, we will just harvest a lot for ourselves, and store them in here as well. And then when it comes time to do that, I'll cure them properly and yeah, store them away properly. But I really think these ones are just going to get eaten up pretty quick, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Another thing that that definitely becomes tricky is when you bring back empty jars from the kitchen. So we don't really have the best system for that. At this stage, once I've been through the dishwasher, we tend to sit them on the bench until they get annoying, and then we get a box like this of really random jars that needs to be put away but then doesn't get put away. It just gets left in this box of random jars. So one of my goals is to get better at storing our empty jars back on the shelf where they're supposed to go. So I had 2 boxes, I've done one already, so I've got this random selection of jars to find a home for, so I'm going to do that next. Not the ideal space, but it's off the floor, so I'm going to be happy with that. So I also have all these jars that I need to put away properly too. They're from the jar video I made when I was giving examples of jars, different jars, and I need to get those put away as well. So I'm right up on the top level here. I was hoping some of these boxes wouldn't have jars, but they all do, so I've got pumpkins in the way of me getting over to those ones. So yeah, I'm going to try and figure out what to do. Here we go. Oh, it's very dark in here, sorry. I've got another box here of them on the main shelf, so I'm just going to grab a box and pop all these loose jars in them. The way, right? One jar that doesn't fit in the box. Looks like most of these cases are full, so I'm just going to grab yeah, so I might just grab some more boxes to pop these in. I'm just going to fill this one up though. I definitely have a few more of those AG 500 mils around. So I might just start another box for quart size jars, or the 1 litre jars. I think I could probably stack it on top of this one here. Oh, it's too high. Why did I chuck it all the way up there? Oh, the pumpkins. The pumpkins are all in my way. Oh. Okay, I think I'm gonna store some of these pumpkins. Just so I can get down to 1. I hope this is not a bad idea. I just want to get down to maybe 1 of these boxes lying in here rather than 2. course, that one has jars in it. Oh, it doesn't feel like it's got too many though. I'm just going to have to keep my eyes on these ones, but I've cleared one of the boxes off the floor, so I'm going to move this one over here so I can get up and down with a stool off these shelves a little bit easier. I'm being very hot working in here. I don't think it helps that I've got like an extra light on in here, so it's not as dark. Light. So I'm getting hot. Okay, so I think I've made enough room that I can move around, and I'm just going to carry on putting the jars away. Sorry, mate. You don't think so?
Yeah, because if it was, I probably would have found it by now. It's not under Jock's bed. It's definitely not under mine. It's not in our drawer. It's not in our closet. Where else is there to look?
I don't know. Okay, so I've got some of my Le Parfait jars that I need to store. I think I'm going to choose one of these smaller boxes for those. So, oh no, they're going to fall down. So those ones don't actually, oh shoot, they don't come with their own box like the ball jars do, which is a real bugger, but you, like I said, those fruit boxes work really well, and I'm looking for, this is what I'm looking for, just a regular mouth ball jar box to store the others in, and then I'm going to have to clean up that box pile because it kind of all tumbled down. This box should have a divider as well, but I'm not going to find that now. And then I'm just going to shove these other, hopefully you can see that, these other ball jars in there for now as well, and then pop the Le Parfait jars. If you have these jars, I'd love to know how you store the gaskets for them. So far I've just been storing them inside the jar, but I don't know if that's the best way. So if you have had these jars for a while, let me know in the comments how you like to store the little rubber gaskety bits. Okay, up on the shelf for these now. Box in there. So that is all of our jar boxes sorted out. Oopsies, in the mess that I made when I was filming last time. I've just got a few rings and lids to put away. Oops, I found another jar. So like I said in my jar video, I like to keep all my old lids. So you can see this one, it is just like brand new. So I like to save them so I can reuse them. I've got the drawer that all the rings go in, and then I've got a special box to put all my lids so I can reuse them. Now I've got a couple empty boxes. I'm just going to put them up here on top of the full jar boxes. Then I tend to know that the ones on top are empty. Right, I'm just looking around and seeing what else I have to do next. I feel like I've cleared a really good space on the floor here, although there is still lots of stuff on the floor, but I feel like you can walk around in here a bit better now too, which is nice. I think that's it. So I have unpacked all of our supermarket food that hadn't been put away yet. I have made space for those sweet potatoes or kumara and onions on the pantry shelf. I've put away all my jars. I definitely have space to walk through. When I first turned the camera on to make this video, I stepped backwards and like fell over, so there is definitely none of that happening, which is really, really cool. So I'm going to film the third part of the pantry tour now. I was initially going to do that as one video, but I feel like this video has gone for a really long time. So stick around for the pantry tour part 3. I'm going to be talking about our supermarket food that we still buy, as well as where we buy our bulk foods from, how we store them, how we keep them, all that kind of fun.